Hello everybody. In this video we will be going over, we'll be doing the daily roundup for the YieldMax single stock ETFs. So yesterday we had a bunch of trades, today we have a bunch of trades, so then I'm not sure what we have outstanding left for tomorrow, but we have had a lot of trades. Let's see. Alright, so it took a minute to get that loaded there. So, just a reminder, I obtain data, make it readable, and present the data to everyday people. I provide facts so that those watching can use the information in addition to their research, knowledge of the funds and make their own decisions and opinions. I do not provide personal investment advice, and I'm not a qualified licensed investment or financial advisor. I am an amateur investor. All information found here, including any ideas, opinions, views, predictions, forecasts, commentary, suggestions, or stocks expressed or implied herein are for informational, entertainment, or educational purposes only and should not be construed as personal investment advice. While the information provided is believed to be accurate, it may include errors or inaccuracies. Conduct your own due diligence or consult a licensed financial advisor or broker before making any and all investment decisions. Any investments, trades, speculations, or decisions made on the basis of any information found in my videos, expressed or implied herein, are committed at your own risk, financial or otherwise. YieldMax ETF risk information. This can be found on their website where they go into extreme detail on the risk. So before investing, carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. This information, along with other details, is available in the prospectus. Please read the prospectus carefully before making any investment. Investments involve risk and principal loss is possible. So the risk that they go into detail on their website is the underlying security risk, derivatives risk, distribution risk, NAV erosion risk due to distributions, call rating strategy risk, single issuer risk, high portfolio turnover risk, new fund risk, liquidity risk, and non-diversification risk. So if you want to see those, you can go to their website and read through those, or I have it in the past couple of videos. But we are going to go over the daily roundup here. So we actually ended red today, and I didn't realize that. But I could have sworn we were green most of the day, and I guess we came back red. I don't really know. And actually, let's look at this. Ooh, that does not look good looking at the futures right there. Let's look at Bitcoin since we're here. Ooh, it's tanking too. It's down to 61,000. And let's see. I just remembered something that I showed my account information in the last video, and I forgot to gray it out because I was in such of a rush. I was trying to get these out fairly quickly. Ooh, there's a purchase on PayPay. Oh, there's one on Netflix too. And then they tanked afterwards. Maybe this is for the YieldMax project that I've been working on. But yeah, it looks like we got hit there at 1835 or somewhere around there. 1780 for those two. Alright. Anyway, sorry, I didn't even notice. I don't go in here and look at these a lot. But it looks like, well, Ulti, though we're not looking at that here with this one. Yeah, I guess at the second part of the day, I was in a meeting all afternoon. And then trying to figure out something on my worksheet at work that is making me bang my head on the table because I can't figure out the error. But let's go back over here. So yeah, I guess it started going red at the end of the day, but things didn't have time to catch up. So we still, even though it was a red day, we don't have a lot of YieldMax ETF winners like we normally do when it's a red day. So I guess it's just because of the way it happened. I don't know. But anyway, we have our trades here listed out for you. Let me make this one bigger because we got some bigger money trades in there. So we have AMZ with 233,000, Coney 1.1 million, Phoebe 1 million, JPMO 85,000, Murney 40,000, MSFO 294,000, Misty paid 68 or 69,000 out. Then we have Nephilim with 709,000, Squee with 170,000, and Zomo with 10,000. When we scroll over here, we can see the net assets and outstanding shares. If you would like to see that, you can pause this and look at it or screenshot it. The same thing here. We have the current stock price, the NAV, and the difference between the two if you'd like to see that here. And then I did not open these. All right, so let's look what happened today. Sorry, I'm going to click off there. So it looks like the S&P was down 0.22%, and the NASDAQ 100 was down 0.57% on the day. So our biggest loser was Tesla at negative 3%. Then we have Alti, Squee, PayPay, MSFO down 2%. Biggest winners, 2% winners, is Coney and Phoebe. It's funny that Coney's up 2%, but MicroStrategy, or Misty, sorry, was up 1%. Anyway, if we look at the difference here, AIYY actually went up 9 cents today. AMD went up 6 cents today, which is good because both of these have been tanking. And then we have AMZ down 22 cents. I heard about that this afternoon, but I don't know why it was going down. Apple down 13 cents. Coney was up 47 cents because of Bitcoin. Disney down 23 cents. Phoebe up 34 cents. GUI up 5, JPMO up 3, Murny down 29 cents, MSFO down 40 cents, Misty up 35 cents, Nifty down 15, NVIDIA up 12, OARC up 4, PayPay down 34, and Squee down 44. I'm going to have to look into these because I didn't hear anything about these two, but it could have been something that happened this afternoon. But anyway, and Tesla was down 48 cents, and today I know Tesla was down to $149. I never thought I'd see that, but I scooped up a few shares there. And then we have Zomo here. It was down 10 cents. YMAG down 12, YMAX down 6, and Alti down 26 cents. And then let's look at the underlying. So we have the IVs listed here if you'd like to see those, and a distribution estimate based on that IV. And then you have the stock prices here if you would like to see them, if you want to pause or take a screenshot. But I'm going to hide those, and then we're going to look here at the stock prices and the differences here. So it looks like most of these are 0%, so it's very minor. By this, it's like this choppiness that we keep going through. These differences are hardly anything here. Less than 1%, less than 0.5%. So I don't know. I don't guess I've really covered this when we've had really choppy markets. So, but we can look here. We have out of all these, we have one that's up 1%, which OARC did better than ARC, and it has 1% on the right. But I guess these two are 0.5% in there undercover. But then we have MicroStrategy did better than Misty by 1%. Disney did better than Dizzo by 1%, and AI somehow did better than AIYY by 1%. And again, all these are rounded numbers. So, but if we were looking at, I did forget to look at the underlying here. The biggest loser was Tesla with negative 4%, with Microsoft, PayPal, and Squee being down 2%. And then, of course, the biggest winners, Coin, Meta, and MicroStrategy there. They were all 2%. But anyway, we're going to move on, and this is the part where we have our days to recovery. I could probably put a header at the top of this. But, yeah, nobody's recovered anymore at this point. I mean, I still have it over there because they did technically recover on days 1, 2, and 3. But now at this point, nobody's recovered. We can look at GUI. Their last distribution was 31 cents. So they're close to being recovered again. They're 7 cents off, and Murny's 17 cents. So they're close, but if this market keeps going, it's, these we're going to see negative 300% to the last distribution. Before we know it, but we'll see how the market goes tomorrow. And then we can see at the bottom YMAG and YMAX and Alti, they just had their distribution. They had Declaration Tuesday ex-dividend date Wednesday. So you can see here they're all, lower than their distribution rates between, you see, 36 and 49% below the distribution amount. It's not looking good right now, but that's just the way it is. And then here's their new thing if you haven't seen it. This is something I had before and I revamped it. Apparently, I need to do some formatting at the bottom. But column AK, which has a number there, tells us. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. I'm going to hide those lines. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to come up. So AK here with the number tells us how many strikes, how many short calls this ticker has. So like JPMO, which is crazy because it's JPMO. Why would it have 6 short calls? But it does. So this is just telling us how many. Now, column AL tells us the max strike price. And then the next 2 columns basically tells us where we are for these. And I probably could just hide the dollar column. I don't know that y'all care or not. It fits on the screen, but I usually try to stick with the percentages. But if you want to see the dollars, I can leave them. But this just shows where we are as far as AIYY, right? We have 2 strikes, 2 short calls, but our maximum strike price is $22, and we are 5% underneath that. So all of these are actually green. Now, JPMO, we're only 2% under. So if it came up 375 tomorrow, same thing with Zomo, 348. But of course, it's red, right? All those stocks are tanking. So yeah, more likely we would be underneath all of these. So hopefully we can close these all out very cheap tomorrow. And then I don't even know, these may not have strike prices. I mean, the strike prices here for the short calls, they may have already rolled some of these. So you'll see that if you watch the trades and holdings, because there were a lot of trades done yesterday. I can see there's quite a few trades done today. And then there's probably going to be some tomorrow. Most of the time, it's usually like Thursday and Friday. But they are doing a little bit each day now. So the trades have increased here. But anyway, and then column AO tells us, how is this affecting the stock price of these? So I'm trying to start doing that on a lot of stuff because we see all these numbers and everything else, but how does that affect the stock price? So we can see here in AIYY, the market value for these short calls is making the stock price come down 8 cents in this example. If we go down to Phoebe, you can see that this one's bringing the stock down 30 cents. And this one might be because this is, I don't know without going to look, but this strike may be for next week, so it has time to it. So the market value is a little less right now. And then we have Nestle down there at negative 39 cents. Of course, they had earnings and they tanked after earnings, but they did. But I saw that they closed out the short calls today for a significant amount of money. About $500,000, almost, well, not quite $500,000, and then they tanked after hours, and they probably could have got away with not paying that. But I guess they thought that the stock price might go up, which is what happened last earnings. Most stocks went up, except Tesla. Most of them went up, and it seems this time it doesn't matter, good news or not, they're still going down. At least that's what I've seen so far with JPMO, and then now Netflix, and then a few others that aren't necessarily YieldMax. But anyway, let's move on. I am sorry to go keep on there. And then this right here is going to be our synthetic positions. So again, a column AX 1 and 2 that tells us how many synthetic positions they have. I have seen 3 once, but most of the time it's 1. Every now and then it's 2, and very rare if you see 3 ever. And then in the column AY, that is the strike price for the synthetic position. And then in column AZ and BA, again, we have the dollar and percentages, and I could just hide the dollar amount, so we just had the percentages here. But this is showing how far we are under or over our strike price. So in AIYY here, we have a strike price of $22 for our synthetic. Well, we're underneath that synthetic by $1.14, which is negative 5%. But we want the stock price to be above that strike price. And in this case, it's not. In fact, because, the stock market's been the way it is. But if we go down here, Gooey and Misty are the only ones that are above their synthetic strike prices there. Gooey is at 115, so we're above that by almost $6. And then Misty has synthetic of 11.50, and we're above that strike price by $58 or 5%. So it's not surprising that these are already, we're under it, and it's because of the market and how we're going into this. Luckily, we're 3 weeks away from our expiration dates, with the exception of AIYY, because when they did the synthetic this time, they only pushed it out like 3 weeks. And they paid lots of money to pay it out too, which is why the stock dropped. But then here we have the other, like these that had a second synthetic position. Phoebe has one at 525 strike price, and Tesla has one at a 175 strike price. And then this again will show you the difference between those. And so then, just like I did on the short calls here for the synthetic, this is how these impact the stock price. So you can see right there for AMDY, because this synthetic, and let's zoom it out a little bit. Hopefully you can see this. Let me try to zoom back in some. Because we're $45 underneath the synthetic strike price for AMDY, which we're under at 22%, it's causing the stock price to be down $4.94. Same thing we got down there, Coney, we're underneath that 16%. It's causing that stock to be down $4.33 because of the synthetic. Good news, Misty down there, since we're above it by 5%, it's bringing the stock price up $1.51. So this is just how to read this, and again, trying to put these columns in here to how it relates to the stock price itself. But yep, that was pretty much it. And then we had already showed this. There wasn't really a lot to see here, a lot of choppiness and everything. But yeah, I hope y'all are getting something out of this. I know we don't have many people that watch this, but I hope you do, and I hope you like these new columns to help bring it into how does it affect the stock price itself. Of course, then you also have the strike prices. So if you're actually following the stocks, then you can see, where we stand. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.